Ichi ni Sanda.
Ichi ni Sanda.
For AW News. So WWE reportedly uses the name Snowman for Tony Khan backstage. That's what Meltzer's saying. So he's doing anything he can to drum up controversy and fake news, and all of that, all of those sorts of things, because he's sweating bullets. He is going to go out of his mind, lose a bunch of more subscribers. All of this about what AEW's viewership is about to come out, like the same way Kimmel just got booted off the air or got suspended indefinitely or whatever, and then his ratings came out and he had like 100,000 people watching the show or something like that. Something crazy. Go fact check me on that, but it's something crazy. It came out like he was doing terrible viewership. He's getting paid all this money to do this terrible show. So it's not outside the realm of possibility, but it's just like Dave will get exposed for this. And he just exists in a bubble, and he's really spurging out about it lately. And now he's saying that people in WWE reportedly use the name Snowman for Tony Khan. Other people came out and said, I guess other dirt sheets looked into this and said that it was entirely debunked. And Dave Meltzer, I think it's in Dave Meltzer Dumb Moment of the Week, but he got owned. Like, no, apparently, and like, I'm going to give Fightful credit too lately. They're waiting till Dave says some, and then they own him. And I actually, it's been popping me. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. I don't look at who's writing the articles, and it's just someone posted. I'm blocked by all Fightful. They blocked me a long time ago, but it's just like, you know, it'll be like at Fightful. They'll tag it and they'll credit it to them. I don't know, whatever. I'm indifferent. I don't give a shit. I don't need to know. But not that it would change not that it would make Dave any less wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? But someone pulled Dave's card. I don't think it was Fightful, but it was like Mike Johnson or someone pulled Dave's card and was like, no, this was vehemently denied by people in WWE. I'll tell you this, man. I've never heard or seen anybody, not that I'm backstage in WWE, but just from the little bit I know, I've never heard anybody call him that other than like Marv the Movie Monster. Shout him out. No, he did that song, though. It's a pretty funny song. But like, I've never, like, I don't know. That's not something people don't just go, oh, Tony Snowman Con. That's like a heel Uzi thing. I don't even think people in private really do that, you know? Like, even people, if I DM with like Meltzer said what, we're not sitting there going like, oh, Snowman, and like even and we're, you know, talkers. It's like, so I don't know. I think Dave's just melting down. He might have just stumbled across Marv's video randomly right this week, and who knows? Yeah, he's just triggered by something, or someone told him something that isn't true, and it just makes him look stupid. And he's just like really reaching, trying to drum up controversy and get people to hate on WWE because he's just really upset with them. And he's also mad that he got owned on SmackDown, right? He got straight up owned by R-Truth, who, and I'm not saying R-Truth's a dummy or anything, but in kayfabe, he's like the dumbest ass on the roster, right? And Dave just got straight owned by him. And it's one of the most glorious things ever. So, yeah, again, that's why he's making like this up, or he's just reporting this, or it's something he heard like a long time ago that he's just trying to bring up now. I don't know, man. I don't honestly think that Tony Khan is like maybe, man, rich people and people like famous people and people with money, and yeah, if you know them, they like to party. We like to party. We like to party, right? So, oh, dude, I have to skip Burton's Batman for AEW. I don't know. I might just stay watching TNT chat. I don't know, but this is a great movie going down right here. Yeah, Dave is just having a meltdown of epic proportion, and we all saw it coming. We've been predicting this. I will just continue to reap the benefits. I've been tossing an idea around in my head, but I don't know. We'll talk about it members Monday. We'll talk about it with the members, okay? Okay, so moving along here, Kiera Hogan is no longer with AEW. Speaking of Fightful, they reported that. And I like Kiera Hogan. I like when her and Layla Gray were with the baddies, the baddie section. in in AEW with Jade before she went to WWE. I've been saying, like, listen, man, Jade is a 1-to-1, same name, same look, same music as AEW, essentially. Just fucking do a baddie section with her there. Turn her heel. She'd be more interesting. Make her like the final boss. Bring in a Kiera and someone else you got on the roster to be like her fucking minions. Maybe get 4 girls and have them like the Bad Girls Club type shit. They were kind of doing it in AEW, whatever, man. They rip you off all the time. Oh, you want to see something done in AEW, done in WWE? Yes, I do want to see it done there better. I do, yes. Because Tony didn't fucking fulfill it. And that was what, and listen, that's why AEW was dope in the beginning. Because we wanted to see them like, oh, let's see Joe get that world title run. Let's see fucking, man, Kenny and, who is being misused, or like Danielson wants to go have bangers, WWE won't let him wrestle, or like Punk comes back. We want to see Punk have these fucking feuds with like the Omegas and the fucking Joes and for the world title and all this. And people can say like, oh, we did get that, but we didn't really. We didn't see shit fleshed out. We saw Punk get in fights, get suspended, and then spray paint a belt, and then, leave after his match with Joe. And we didn't get to see things get like proper story be told. It was just they had a match. Okay. What do we take away from those fucking moments? Oh, the crowd was so hot when Omega fought Danielson. No shit, Anyways, moving along. I would like to see, though, Kiera Hogan. I don't know. Like, I don't think she's like the best wrestler in the world, but I would like to see her maybe do a baddie section type thing. They could do that with Jade in WWE, even if it's not with Kiera. But Tony Khan announces that Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus FTR will open All Out. Terrible. Adam Copeland says John Cena's homage to him was super fun. He says, I saw a clip where he did the whole setup and everything. It's super fun. For John and I, we're 2 guys that met each other at the right time. He needed a bad guy. I needed a good guy. It just clicked. You never know when something is going to click. With John and I, from day one, it just clicked. Our characters were polar opposites. I knew that the assignment was, and so did he. You had 2 guys who were very willing to do what we had to do to get us both over. John was very well on his way, but I feel like our angle is what really put the stamp on him being the top guy. And it put the stamp on me being the main event guy. I'll always look back on that fondly and what we were able to do and the fun we had. That was he said that to The Score. That was an interview with The Score. Shout out The Score, by the way. Toni Storm says Tony Khan shot down ideas of her that horrified and disgusted him. She told TV Insider, I think you might actually be surprised. There have been a lot of ideas shot down, a lot of wild ideas that our president, Tony Khan, has just been horrified and disgusted by. He really has had to work hard to keep it all together. God bless him. He leads a massive team. Yeah, I don't know. She's always working, so you don't know what's real and what isn't. That were so vile. He turned it down, and he leads a big team and all this shit. Who knows about any of that? She's always kayfabing. Speaking of kayfabing, here's what she had. Toni Storm told Ariel Helwani about Tony Khan.
As far as the creative process, is it much different than what you experienced in WWE? Is there more collaboration, more people open to your ideas as opposed to what you experienced in your previous? I mean,
I suppose so, but I get told no a lot.
Okay.
You'd be amazed the amount of times I get told no on things every single week. I Tony, he keeps me reined in, but he's been a dream to work with. The only problem I have is that he hasn't brought me Wendy Richter.
Yes, what's going on with Wendy? I've heard you talk about her as perhaps being your greatest rival.
I keep asking. She keeps ducking and dodging me. She's scared.
Have you gotten in touch with her? Have you actually been able to make contact with her?
No contact. I'm telling you, she's a bitch.
Okay, let's move along here. At this current time, Dave Meltzer says that WWE's schedule is reportedly in place for the rest of the year and won't be going head-to-head with the remaining AEW pay-per-views. He doesn't know anything. Copeland says he wants his final match to be in Toronto. It's certainly not this one. And he says, I have the luxury, I guess, of having one retirement match under my belt, and that was a very emotional one. It was an amazing send-off. So this one, I'm not that concerned with how it goes. But he wants it to be in Toronto, bud. Tony Khan says he is eager and optimistic to hopefully get more opportunities for AEW events, like having a 3-hour block such as September to Remember and this Saturday's Tailgate Brawl. Again,
The best
man.
guys, Tony Khan.
I mean, how many times do I gotta fucking told you so? But I'm telling you guys right now, man.
Just in from Phil Marks of PWT. He says, I told you so.
Collision's going away and is just going to become a 3rd hour on Dynamite. And when they're talking about, oh, look, this Collision did 500K, like Dave is talking about Collision as if it's like a separate show that aired on its normal time. 500K, Bryan. It's insane the level we're at. It actually like disgusts me to the point where like, oh man, I've been, I don't know. I've been kind of checking out of the IWC a little bit as of late and just trying to enjoy the good weather and stuff. I love fall weather, you know, because it's like a lot of some of the shit, like WWE has broken so many brains this weekend. And I just hope it gets better after this weekend when they realize like, oh, there's no All Out is a nothing burger. Like after all that, they just fucking ruined the Edge thing. They just ruined it right there. That match would have been great. Beth comes out, spear, she gets in the ring. She raises their arms. It all works out. Hug. Oh my God, what a way to kick off this pay-per-view. FTR seething. They're staring Beth down. They're like, what the fuck? They're looking at Stokely like, you asshole, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They had it right there and they fucking fucked it up. Edge, though, he paid tribute to, he talked about John Cena paying tribute to him. And then, well, we covered this before. And then he gave the 5-knuckle shuffle, pause, to FTR there in this match. So there you go. The Dynamite and Collision taping October 15th has 1,200 tickets sold. They're set up for 2,300. And that is in where? Independence, Missouri? MO is Missouri, right? AEW star Will Ospreay undergoes neck surgery. And then he gets up. He just had neck surgery, and this is what he fucking says. What a shit name. Scoopapalooza, Ben and Jerry's. The guy just had neck surgery. The first thing he's got to do. And like, yes, it's like an internet thing. I'm not saying wrestlers can't. We explain this so much, right? Because we're just following logic here, okay? And we explain shit like this so much on this show here at PWT. It's like when when you have melted down, you get an ice cream joke. Oh, when you've melted down, like Ospreay has about WWE and shit, you don't get the benefit of the doubt of making a Scoopapalooza joke and then being like, what a shit name. Like, no, bro, you're fucking, this is blowing up and I'm talking about it too because it has to do with WWE. So you just keep leaning into it. It's not helpful. I'm fucking telling you. This is why your interview with CVV gets outdrawn in one day by Scott Steiner interview, or when Ricochet does a fucking interview with Helwani, it gets 6K views or whatever. This is why, man. It's not really helping. It's not helping you guys doing this shit. Edge doing the 5-knuckle shuffle. Okay, that's different. He's responding to Cena. These are two of the biggest fucking rivals, and Cena's one of the biggest stars in the world, just in general, wrestling or not. So when you do this, man, it just seems bitter. Unlike this sweet vanilla fudge brownie. Shout out Ben and Jerry's. But yeah, you just don't get the benefit of the doubt. And it's the same way I've said, like, if your account name is AEW Shield, no one's going to take you serious when it comes to like your critique of fucking WWE or arguing on behalf of AEW. When you're AEW neckbeards, you don't get the benefit. Like, you're just a troll forever. That's why it's hilarious when you get people to sell for it, you know, Because it's like he's AEW neckbeard. It's like, how are you selling for this? You've had wrestlers sell for that. It's like, how? But it's epic. Like, I love it. We get to fucking talk about it, and I'm sure he's laughing, right? And it gives everyone a good laugh because it's like it's an actual troll. But it's like if he sits there and goes, my honest breakdown of AEW, okay, those fans, you don't get the benefit of the doubt of that. It's just how it works, right? We all have to accept that. Right? I'm a shit talker. If people are like, nah, I don't take his whatever he says or his predictions seriously or anything. I say it. I'm a fucking clown. I don't get the benefit of that. You know what I mean? It's totally fine. Just like when Dave is the news, he pretends to be the news and now he's talking politics and he's grifting politics and all this shit now. He doesn't get the benefit of being like, oh, I'm just, no, I'm not being biased and shit when we've seen so much bias, over the years. So anyways, we beat that to death. Ospreay, bruv. Yeah, people are going to jump on you for this, and you just brought it on yourself for no fucking reason. He must enjoy getting the wackos coming after him. You know what I mean? He must enjoy that because, like, why does he keep leaning into that? I just don't get it. And speaking of leaning into it, or filling out of it. So Eddie Kingston comments on the bullshit war between WWE and AEW. And he says, humbly, it's flattering that AEW think I'm mad at that much and can help them. I don't think too highly of myself. It's not a beat yourself up thing. I was taught that the meek shall inherit the earth. I agree, good sir, but here's the thing, Eddie. He's like, I'm honored they'd invite me to this pay-per-view. Literally, the dirt sheets said that AEW said that you weren't brought in to generate buzz. So, like, you need to spinning back fist or Kawada kick fucking one of these dirt sheet writers or something, dude, because they're fucking just burying you, dog. He says, I'm so very humble that they believe I can help in whatever bullshit war or bullshit that's going on, because that's all it is. It's bullshit. It's competition. And it's one place wanting to monopolize. Okay. Let's talk about bullshit, Eddie. You're saying it, bullshit. He goes, I don't want any place to close. Am I going to talk shit about WWE? Yes. Why? Because I'm not there and I'm with the other team right now. But you just said that the war's bullshit. That's all it is. It's bullshit. They want to monopolize, though, and I'll say fuck them. But it's just bullshit, though. Don't come after us, man. No. Doesn't work that way again. You don't get the benefit of the doubt now when people are like, fuck this guy. JJ Alexander said on PWT Podcast 99, he's like, I'm fucking mad at Eddie. He's like, I like him as a guy, but I'm mad at him. He didn't take the NXT coaching job. Like, they offered him a job. And it's like he's resentful of that. Right? Meanwhile, he just wins with his spinning back fist. So far, we're fucking 2-0 tonight with picks, by the way. And Hook's about to debut here and save. And I like the H spotlight. His new theme's not nearly as good. And his promos aren't good at all. Hook really needs a fucking guy to talk for him. Yeah, he's out here helping Eddie Kingston. So that is what it is. But we've had two like return debut schmozzy shits to start this card out. Very AEW-ish. So there you go, Eddie. That's how you helped out. Hook came to help you. That's how you helped AEW all out. Moving along here. Tony Khan was asked about running an event while WWE was in Saudi Arabia for 43. He said he is indeed interested, and AEW will be running a big show in the spring of 2027. He mentions they will have a huge Revolution event this year. And sickos were like, see, told you. Doesn't matter. You will not, the indies, even if they flock around it, the turnout and the economy shift and all of that will not be the way that it is for WrestleMania, just objectively. How do we know? We can crunch numbers and look. That's all it boils down to. I'm just talking reality. Shut me the fuck up. Get 50,000 people in a building and have all of America rally behind these indies and have Josh Barnett do these crazy blood sport shows around fucking an AEW thing, and have fucking WrestleCon have the names that were on it this last year and that are going to be on it this year. And who even knows? You know what? WWE might fuck up with this Vegas show, though, because tourism in America is just down overall. And in Vegas, it's terrible. In Hawaii, it's fucking terrible. In like the spots people want to go, man, it's terrible. And they're charging a fucking arm and a leg for WWE shows. So maybe, like, shut me up with it. I will gladly come on here and go, yeah, for sure. But AEW year over year is just trending downwards, man. And I don't make that up. Like, I don't make the rules. I'm not the one who made that happen. I'm the one here trying to put it over still and point out what they could do better and breaking down even like the aesthetics of things and how they could be better. Let me apply my fucking expertise a little bit, okay? Jesus Christ. So Tony Khan was asked about running a show, and he says he'll run a huge event in the spring. And this is where these sickos are like, oh, man, he could just run a show. It doesn't even have to be the same day. It could just be anytime. Okay, so you just want them to add a pay-per-view, right? Stop talking about Mania. Just take Mania out of the equation, and I promise it will benefit AEW more. Doesn't benefit them just letting wackos dunk on you and shit. Jesus Christ, I'm giving you free game. Please pick it up. Netflix is reportedly considering placing a bid to buy Warner Bros. This isn't actually correct. I think Niccolo Piccolo did a thread breaking down. He's awesome at breaking down these like Hollywood business reports and shit. You know, because anyone can hear a fucking rumor fly around, but when you can break it down really well, it's really good. Just like certain people, like Switchblade explains numbers well, even though, you know, he's like, I don't do English well, basically, right? And you know, you have certain people who can break down law very well and stuff like that. Nick is a guy where when he starts talking like Hollywood breakdowns and shit, that's where you got to listen to a guy like that. Tony Khan is either wrong. So Tony Khan says, thank you all who watched September to Remember, HBO Max, whatever last night. Last night, our most viewers on TBS for Wednesday night in over a month for Dynamite, and most Collision viewers since March. But that it doesn't count because it's not on its normal night. That's the problem. You're just adding an extra hour when he's done like 28-minute overruns before, 20-minute, 25-minute overruns. And he's just adding an extra half hour to that, let's say, and then going, oh, it's a whole different show. It's crazy that Dave and them tried to Collision did this number this week. Bro, it was on right after Dynamite. But Switchblade said Tony Khan is either wrong here or Collision did the over 707,000 it did on April 26th this year. I'm going with the former. Kyle Fletcher understands game, and this is why. Right? I told Awful. I was like, this is a guy I'd scoop up. He's like, well, what would you do with him? Well, I'd fucking train him. I don't know. Give him wins. Give him a storyline. Who's he fighting? Let's figure out his first opponent. Here's the thing, man. This is why this is a kid I look to. He just gets it. Some people get it. He praises The Miz. And I'm telling you, if you want to be the top of this business, man, The Miz got into a match with The Rock and Cena for a fucking reason and won the the WWE title for a reason. Multi-time WWE champion for a reason. And he was a guy that I detested. Okay? Detested. Not just because of his in-ring shit, but because of him reading off of his hand and being a real-world goof and all that shit. And this motherfucker, Fletcher, gets it, dude.
The Miz was one of my guys growing up. So that's another one that I still listen to and watch and go, oh my God, he's so good on the mic.
Now, again, people go, well, what will AEW, whatever. He's had the chances. People will say this about a lot of people in AEW. I never really, it sucks because the boys take shit the most personally, you know? But I don't wish, honest to God, all of them, even like the Bucks and shit, okay? I clown them and shit. I blame them the least, man, because it is up to and when everyone's like, Tony's hands-on with everything, still like Vince and like fucking, okay, he's got a narrow view of the world and he just doesn't really get it. And he needs help, you know? And it's like, yes, You put Fletcher on TV, but what are the opportunities given? Right? It's just like in the UFC as well. Like, okay, they make a poster and they give you a but like, what opportunities are they really giving certain people and others? You know, it's different for everyone. Sean O'Malley's works his way, gets fucking title shots he shouldn't be getting just because he's the only guy doing numbers for the UFC and shit. Like, you know, it is business at the end of the day, and you got to give certain people certain opportunities. And Fletcher, he really, I think, has excelled in the opportunities he's been given. Now, are they the best opportunities in the world? No. No. Are they giving him the best opponents and building him the right way and giving him stories that I'm invested in? No. But can he cut a promo? Does he have a look? Does he have size? Can he do the flippy dumb shit? Yes. Can he work top guy speed? I have faith he could. I think he really, and if he's saying, I love The Miz, that's who I learned from, bro, that's all I need to hear to know, like, okay, if you got him in NXT, he'd figure it out right away. If he doesn't already know how to do the shit, but here's the problem in AEW. People do the shit they know that Tony wants to see. It's that simple. That people like Dustin Rhodes and Dax Harwood know what to say on Twitter because they know what Tony likes to read on Twitter. Eddie Kingston says he considered retirement after his injury, but Homicide helped talk him out of it. Who recently retired himself. Don't know if that's a good thing. No. So Nicolo Piccolo, yeah, this is his thread. He read the Puck News article. I'm not going to break it all down, but I implore you all to check it out. And yeah, Netflix isn't looking at buying WBD. And if they did, it's not like that would be a massive W. Well, it could be for WWE, but the whole CBS thing, I think that's more accurate and locked in. I think we broke that down on Saturday. Asked about, so, you know, Tony Khan got asked about Saudi Arabia, and he says, I have a lot of interest in it, and I can promise we're going to run a huge event. So we covered this. There's going to be a huge pay-per-view for sure. And one pay-per-view I can tell you is going to be huge in spring 2027. That has done huge things for us in AEW. So again, when he's like, huge things, this is like when Tony Khan says, Wrestle Dynasty is a new great franchise. And these sickos go, see, listen to what he said. Bro, all the trends are down year over year. These guys are lying and shit to you. And you're just taking it at face value and going, look at what Boss Man says over here. No, I call Triple H out. I call Hickenbottom out. That's why you sickos are in a fucking cult, because it's like, call Tony out. This isn't him even saying, we're going to do a huge event. Dude, he says the fucking 2,300 arena, 900 attendance are huge shows. That doesn't mean anything. Don't you guys get that? It's like the boy who cried wolf. Tony just says shit. Holy fuck. Like, how after 6 years have you not understood that yet? So, yes, he promises a big show. A big Revolution show. Okay. Revolution is a franchise for us. Is it? Prove that. Show me the numbers. How do we figure out if it's a franchise? Sickos in chat. How do we do it? Danielson was asked if he could see AEW and WWE ever collaborating. He says there's hurdles that they'd have to overcome. I'm not going to read all this, but again, all these people care about asking the AEW folks about is WWE, Saudi Arabia, WrestlePalooza. Will you guys ever team up? Did you see what John Cena did? That's all they ask you guys about. That's all they care about. Nobody's interviewing Mr. Iguana and asking about AEW. No one's interviewing Jey Uso and going, man, AEW, huh? Like TMZ does a bit of that, but they're new to this. So when asked about Wardlow, Tony Khan said that there was, whoever asked him said that there were some reports were accurate and some that weren't. Like, okay, this is what Tony said, I think. Like Wardlow being the all-out world title challenger. So again, the sheets were like, oh yeah, you know, Fletcher was put in last minute and all this shit. So Tony just cops to his bad last minute booking. So Fletcher was always the planned opponent and Wardlow wasn't the planned opponent, and all the dirt sheets who were fucking like, nah, he was blah, 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 blah. I think there's heat on Wardlow. I think there's heat on him. Fletcher was always the hand-picked plan for Hangman, but there were big plans for Wardlow on TV leading up. Khan took issue with the sourcing of some reports, and that only person knew that himself. Just calling out the fucking sheets, man. He said the same issue happens in other sports as well. Fuck yeah, Tony, you cutie. Call out the fucking sheets, dude. Let's do it. Come on this show, Tony. Come on. And Prince Nana, you're trying to sell coffee on fucking people who get no views on the live view. They're doing a live show, no views, and then their replay gets no views. And I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not being hyperbolic here. No views. And you're trying to sell coffee on their shit. Hit me up. Anyways, this fucking tack match is insane, guys. But I think there's heat on Wardlow. Tony Khan was asked about adjusting the start time of All Out. He said he's doing what's best for wrestling fans. I don't think this is best for wrestling fans. He explained he's always evaluating the landscape to determine what benefits both the company and its audience. He added that this summer they've seen commercial success with afternoon events and expect All Out to perform just as well. No, they haven't. That's Dave Meltzer lies. There's not commercial success with the other pay-per-view. They're just going based off of Dave's estimates, which he adds 30%. So you minus 30% of those just as like a rule until proved otherwise. And I'll gladly adjust that number. But until proved otherwise, we know Dave's just like adding 30% since they went to Amazon. He's going to add invisible more numbers. And this is when Bryan and Dave were lying about, oh, I hope WWE learned their lesson. And Bryan was like, I hope they learned their lesson. When AEW goes earlier, they succeed. So they should really back off. And then they're just melting down over this event, lying through their teeth. Damn, a second backdrop. But yeah, Tony will just say whatever to people. Okay. We're watching a gory match in and of itself right now. MJF took on Mystico, and he came out dressed as Homelander, but he had Mystico gushing the hard way, brother. Gushing. Leaking, dude. Look at this. He had to like rip his mask off to fuck. Look at that. Just spraying blood off that ring post. Cornered him, man. That's crazy. In Minecraft. And MJF came out dressed as Homelander.
De las barras y las estrellas. Ya lo espera John Cruz en este escenario. Él ha sido la gran noticia, invadiendo al Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre. Arrebatarle su máscara al...
Shout out Cody Rhodes. And then, Mystico won. He ended up winning the match. He defeated MJF.
El momento es... MJF, pero Místico lo regresa. Y ahí está. Se rinde. Estrella de México. Místico.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Look at the people. Maybe this was the right move. I was like, man, they really have something with Mystico and MJF. And maybe this was the end of it. It's just a quick, like, couple month, whatever. Maybe they can revisit it somewhere. But just seeing these crowds they're pulling in CMLL and shit. Fuck, man. And then MJF. These guys are just, their boots are just loaded with tacks. Bryce Remsburg jumping in the air to count. I fucking detest that. Speaking of MJF, who's in this match here, Collision average, we talk about their fucking ratings already. So MJF told someone, a racialist wrestling fan, to delete themselves today. Like when was this? Yesterday evening. So backup Hangman. I think that's, who is that? Elbu? So, and I'm not going to clown Elbu for this shit. But he goes, my big goal for next. Now, remember, this is a guy who, and notice this, like a bunch of these people, they're hacks. They can't make it in media. They can't make it. I'm sorry. They're covering wrestling. They can't make it. Like, if Elbu could, he'd be covering like movies and interviewing fucking whatever, but he can't do that. Too much of a hack. They can't make it in real news. Notice Dave's doing the same thing. He's an activist now. And he's I'm political now. I'm in a transition and whatever. And fucking Elbu's like, my big goal for next year is activism. This is a guy who eats cereal out of a paper bowl and talks about like, damn, just two handsome goats doing their. I'm I'm the richest, the best looking, and the flyest I've ever been, and all this shit. Yeah, you should go advocate for people who are less fortunate and shit. Like, yeah, that's the attitude. That's real relatable and what they're going to be drawn to. It's just, now I'm about to defend Elbu in a second, but you guys know, like, the guy is a complete and utter, and I have a fun, like, I don't even know if I want to get into all that, but Elbu had a meltdown on Nicolo Piccolo, basically, which is funny, but whatever. It's just like, bro, you're just so, it's just the lack of awareness. And a guy like, so you want to get into activism, you're the type of person who says that if you support WWE in any way, this is pretty much just to summate your sentiment. You went on this long fucking diatribe on Twitter about it, that you have internalized racism and are a fucking whatever. And I made the joke, oh, so Tyrese Halliburton has internalized racialism, that fucking whatever the fuck. It went semi-viral. Some wackos got mad at me too, but then when I showed them, I posted the tweet underneath from Elbu, and they were like, oh, this guy's fucking like, this is a good roast, You guys remember that, right? I can't remember verbatim what it was, but it's like, no, that's the type of shit, like, you're not even objective. You'll just blanket. And this happened to Elbu. The same thing happened to Elbu, where this racialist guy who fuck this guy, and he is being racist towards Elbu, and I don't fuck with that at all. He's doing the same thing Elbu's done, though, which is so just in a twist of irony. And then MJF has to tell this dude to delete himself. And again, I've told you guys, MJF like jumps on Elbu's streams and shit. So like, they're buddies. You know what I mean? They're fucking texting him and stuff like that. So again, like, I give MJF shit when he calls shit out, like, oh, these fucking, imagine like listening to these podcasters that do this and that. And it's like, bro, you jump in on Elbu's streams. He's the most fucking disingenuous fucking guy. And here's the thing. He will blanket throw shit like this at people. No one tells him to delete himself. Now, I don't agree with this racialist fuck either. But again, you get MJF coming to Elbu's aid and telling a guy to delete himself publicly like this. And you're a celeb, dude. Saying this to anybody's fucked up. And I don't condone MJF shit either. I think this racialist guy and MJF are both fucking morons for this. And like, have you ever had a friend who's done that? Have you known anybody in your life who's ever deleted themselves? You don't fucking wish that on anybody or anyone's families. And you don't, yeah, dude, I'm sorry. It's just fucked up, dude. It's a wild thing to say. But anyways, though, Elbu's like, my big goal for next year is activism on some scale and using whatever platform and resources I have to organize productive community events. That's a good thing, Elbu. I'm with you there. Wrestlers, hit me up if interested. Let's give back to the kids. Hey, I will never be against that, okay? Some guy named @MAGA Wrestling. Not even worthy of a plug, but MAGA Wrestling. It seems trollish. It seems like one of these like politbros or whatever you want to call it, right? And he responds and says, you are black. Unfortunately, nobody will take this endeavor serious. Maybe try... Right, because NFL and NBA players and shit, like, this is clearly a fucking hateful dickhead troll. Or maybe it's a serious account. I don't know. I haven't gone on this guy's account. And I don't want to. But he says, no one will take this endeavor serious. Maybe try getting a job or starting a family. A lot of you blacks. Guys, I'm quoting shit here. Don't hate me for this. I don't have a hard time doing that. I have a hard time starting a family. This is just redacted. Like, this is just like, Twitter's in an ugly, weird place. It really fucking is. But, and then MJF just adding on to that, not doing anything to make that better. Right. And he goes, honestly, I'm so serious. Delete yourself in Minecraft. No one will mourn you. Freedom of speech. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Chat. I get uncomfortable. Boy, oh, boy. These are just like things that like just, I don't know, man. That's on the internet, bro. Yikers. Both of these gentlemen right here. Elbu, W-Boo. Your name is Waboo today because you know what? That's a good notion. I'm with you on that. I'll help you out. I'll partner with you, Elbu. Let's promote it on PWT. MJF, more like Waxel Jacob Friedman. The W is for, or no, sorry, no, it should be Laxwell. I fucked up. I gave him a W. I shouldn't have. But yeah, this MAGA wrestling dude too. Both of these guys, just like, that's an ugly fucking, you just block and delete this MAGA wrestling guy. That's what you do if someone says something like that to you. You know, you just block them and then move on, or mute them and move on. Or you just be like, dickhead. Yeah, fuck you, asshole. Then just block them, you know? But for MJF to like stoop to that guy's level or possibly below it, not a good look the day of the pay-per-view. That, ladies and gentlemen, was AEW news today. Sorry it got a little awkward at the end there.
Yeah.